Today on an all-new Dr. Phil. She claims her niece is out of control.
My sister needs to parent her child. Not everything about her is bad.
She was charged with attempted murder.
On probation.
Are you violating that probation?
No.
That's not true.
Hold on, you're not talking right now.
A teen mom.
I never get a break. That's why sometimes I leave.
You go missing for 2 or 3 days. What makes you think you're entitled to these people raising your baby? Let's do it.
Have a good show, everybody. Here we go.
This is a safe place to talk about hard things.
Stand by. We'll count you down.
I'm trying to be an emotional compass and point you in the right direction.
5, 4.
I am not giving up on you. Thank you. Well, caught in a police chase at 12, arrested for driving a stolen car at 14, charged with making terrorist threats against another girl who was dating her boyfriend at 16, became pregnant at 16, on probation at 17. These are the highlights, or maybe lowlights, from my guest Tanyadawn's criminal history for the past 5 years. Now, her Aunt Dorothy says all of this could have been avoided if her sister Denise had just listened to her years ago when she offered to move Tanyadawn in with her in order to go to a good school in an affluent neighborhood. Take a look.
I'm worried that my 17-year-old niece is going to end up dead or in prison. You're hiding something.
No, I'm not hiding anything.
She is going down a destructive path right now. She got arrested for attempted murder and terrorist threats. Tanyadawn got into a fight with a girl. It was attempted murder because the girl suffered some serious injuries. The charges were reduced and she ended up serving 5 months in juvenile hall. The entire time she was in juvenile hall, she was pregnant. I'm not sure why she chose to keep the baby. I think she felt like it was a novelty. When the baby came, she was like, oh, this is hard. She'll have her phone in one hand and then she'll be rocking the baby in the other hand. She's a distracted teenager, not a devoted mother. We are picking up her mother duties. Tanyadawn started getting in trouble at 14. She stole a car and she got into a high-speed chase. I brought my niece into my home so that she would have a safe place to live. If she violates her probation, she can go to prison for 4 years. This is a major crossroads in her life. One more bad decision and she's done. I'm the disciplinarian of the family. I'm a hard ass. He sells drugs.
I don't freaking do drugs with him, and I don't freaking sell drugs with him.
They call me the warden. My sister Denise does not discipline her daughter. My niece will disappear from the house. We won't hear from her sometimes for days. She won't call, she won't go to school. She's lying to me about who she's hanging out with, what exactly she's doing.
You think all my friends are bad people? All my friends you think are so bad.
I do know that she's been seen drinking on social media. I'm just asking you, why? I'm worried that she's going to violate this probation because of her behavior. My worst fear is that she's going to meet up with the wrong people. We'll be lucky if they find her body.
Well, Mom Denise says Tanyadawn is a good girl who only turned mean because other girls were jealous of her good looks.
I believe my daughter Tanyadawn is at a critical stage right now.
You guys are making me look just so bad. Like, you can never bring up anything that's positive. You have to bring all the bad out.
She doesn't understand the gravity of the situation. She feels like it's no big deal. She could lose her baby. She could lose her freedom. I raised Tanyadawn as a single parent in a very dangerous neighborhood. Took her sweetness away from her and made her very angry. She's been in numerous fights. I don't like her coming home and having bruises on her face. I don't like how she retaliates and then it's on. I didn't raise her to be a fighter. I have regrets raising her in that neighborhood. Recently, my sisters and I have moved back in together to save my daughter's life. Tanyadawn stays out at night past her curfew. She leaves for sometimes days, sometimes only a night, but without a phone call, it's very stressful. It's not okay, it's so not okay. Being a mom, she should know you don't leave your baby. No one's gonna take care of your baby better than you. And then when you do leave, let us know to make sure that your child's okay. Tanyadawn is drinking alcohol. That's enough to violate her probation. I've seen messages on the phone like, let's go smoke. and weed stays in your system for a long period of time. I am worried about Tanyadawn's sexual behavior. And she already has a baby. She could easily get pregnant again. Somebody definitely needs to step in and help my daughter.
Okay, she was charged with attempted murder. Why?
She got caught in a girl's web.
No, you know what? Don't sugarcoat it, Denise. It's not somebody else's fault. It's her fault. Okay?
It is her fault. I'm not, Dorothy, I'm just saying why she got caught in attempted murder. I've always said, watch out for other girls. They're jealous of you, and they're going to come out after you.
Okay.
That's what happened there. Now, come on,
Well, no,
Dorothy.
wait a minute. So she got caught in a girl's web, and she got charged with attempted murder.
She got charged.
Because as I understood it, she got a hold of this girl, drug her in a car, damn near killed her.
No.
What happened?
Well, the girl actually put hands on her first. She had turned her back to go with her boyfriend to the car. That's when the girl grabbed her, threw her to the ground, and in the police report says the attempted murder is that girl. We're not gonna have this baby. I'm kicking her in the stomach.
You know what?
That's what the attempted murder
all the
was.
particulars to this case.
So,
it doesn't
well, I
really
do.
matter.
It does matter to me because I'm trying to find out if you people have your eyes wide open or if you still have your head in the sand, because I have a plan that I want to try to unfold through the hour here, and we're not going to get to the action plan if I don't see a possibility of improvement long term. And I'm trying to find out what resources I've got here for her, and I'm not hearing much resource.
She has been, this is one incident that she got caught. She's been in fights with gang members. She has been, she was arrested at 14 for illegal behavior. The thing is, Dr. Phil, I don't really know what she's done until I came into the picture.
She's been charged with making terrorist threats.
That's right.
She's been charged with attempted murder.
That's right.
Dorothy, I'm not saying she's innocent. First of all, you were hardly in her life, just at the very tail end. So you don't know what I'm going through out there, chasing you down.
Well, do you hear the attitude in your daughter's voice when she talks?
Yeah, I hear the attitude. I understand
she
that.
She talks like, well, you people are always picking on me. What do you?
Right, yeah. She's
and that's what I hear you saying.
She's not doing bad out there, but there's bad that goes on out there.
She is doing bad out there.
Okay. Who's raising this baby?
She's doing bad out there.
Who's raising the baby?
Well, pretty much we are.
I
am. She is.
And my daughter is.
And when she's
around. Okay. Well, you know what, Dorothy? Sometimes she doesn't even like to call because she doesn't have to. Anything she does is not good enough for you. And so she's afraid of you.
I know she's afraid.
And you are not her parent. I am her parent.
I know I'm not her parent,
out there
but
with her.
I am
I've
her
raised
aunt.
her. I have raised her.
I am her aunt.
Right.
And this ain't going to happen on my watch.
Right. On your watch. On your watch.
Yeah,
it's getting
my
her
watch,
in a school.
Denise. I have earned my seat to sit here. Sorry, Dr. Phil.
Yeah, sorry about that, Dr. Phil. It's your show. We're not trying to take over.
Dr. Phil, I have earned...
No, that was just 5 minutes of my life I can't get back. Do y'all understand that while you're both talking, neither one of you could be hearing what the other's saying? You're just both talking?
You're right.
Just driving by. I just did a drive-by on this.
Yeah.
And here's what I see. There's a 79-year-old grandfather at home, right?
Yes, great guy.
She leaves the baby
yeah,
with
She'll take off in the afternoon and just...
Leave there with a 79-year-old to take care of the baby.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're defensive about your daughter.
Yes, I am.
She's your daughter. I mean, come on.
It's my daughter. No matter what, I'm
parents are going to be defensive and try to put the best spin on it. But there comes a point where you got to call it what it is.
Right.
And I'm trying to look at the history here. I go back. We ask y'all a lot of questions, right?
Yeah,
yes.
We did a longitudinal history, a cross-sectional history, a medical history.
Right.
We did all of these things to find out what's going on. So I wanted to see who raised her. Who raised Tanyadawn?
I raised her.
I looked at all of this role modeling. 9-year-old mom left. I took everything. You're raised by the dad. No guidance, no curfew. Seventh grade dropout, right?
Right.
Lived on the beach for 20 years.
Not in the same bathing suit, but...
Yeah, lived in the hood. Expensive drugs with Dorothy. Wrong crowd, drug users, 18-year-old jail for drugs. Driving suspended license, driving under the influence, kidnapped a child, sex for money, probation multiple times, no career, 4 kids from 4 different fathers.
Right.
Neglectful parents, CPS gets involved. So that's who raised her.
Uh-huh. Exactly.
And so you want to argue about how to parent.
I'm trying to make right with her.
Well, coming up, Dorothy says her niece is always on the phone and is too busy to parent her own child. Well, we'll talk about that when we meet her after the break.
I do want my aunt to leave me the hell alone. My aunt nags me all the time. She's always on my case. She's just like so negative. Every time she gets in my face, freaking over here spitting in my face, like it's so annoying. She thinks she's like the boss of the house.
And later, what do you say to yourself when you go missing for 2 or 3 days?
What?
Nothing.
No one's talking to you.
I believe Denise is an enabler. Tanyadawn walks all over her mom. There's no consequences for Tanyadawn's behavior.
She doesn't go to school and take the baby. Oh, well, she does, but she missed 1 or 2 days.
She needs to set boundaries. I've never even seen Denise ground her daughter. If Denise can't stand up to her daughter and discipline her, there's going to be big regrets.
She's never seen her ground her daughter. Okay, attempted murder, you're grounded.
Exactly. She hasn't been there. She hasn't been there raised up. I have grounded her. You haven't been there.
She was gone for 3 days.
For 3 days.
I was at a garage. I get back. I find out she came home. I'm like, well, where is she?
Well, let's hear what she has to say. Dorothy says her niece Tanyadawn refuses to follow the rules and may be in danger of going back to jail if she violates the terms of her probation. Tanyadawn says Dorothy is wrong about her and needs to stop nagging.
I have done bad things in the past, and those days are over. My aunt thinks I'm hanging out with gangbangers, but she's never seen that. I'm not hanging out with gangbangers.
You don't bring any of these people over. So
I never have.
tells me right there that these people got to be really bad.
I was arrested for getting in a fight, but all I was doing was protecting myself and my child because I was pregnant. She wanted to be with my kid's father. I hit her. She was pulling all over my hair, so I just started fighting back. She lied and said I tried to run her over, but I didn't. I ended up spending 5 months in juvenile hall. I hated it. Since I've been out, I've been trying to get my life back together. I haven't been doing the same things that I used to do. I think I'm improving. Dude, I'm trying. Oh my God. I know you're trying. I'm not violating my probation. I haven't done any drugs. I've drank in the past, but I'm trying to be a better mother for my child, so I haven't been drinking recently. I do want my aunt to leave me the hell alone. My aunt nags me all the time. She's always on my case. She's just so negative. Every time she gets in my face, freaking over here spitting in my face, it's so annoying. She does piss me off. She thinks she's the boss of the house. She even tries to boss my mom around. Living with my family doesn't work for me anymore. I can't wait to get out of my house and have my own life. It's been dysfunctional forever.
Son.
Really?
Okay?
Really?
I'm here
Okay.
Because
all right.
what my mother would want me to freaking do for
Okay.
you.
You don't know what I'm doing?
Okay, stop.
All right.
No.
Stop.
You don't know what I'm doing.
Stop.
Yeah, I know. That's the problem.
Stop talking. Hello,
Hi.
Dr. Phil.
Hi.
You just came out here, didn't even acknowledge me, and started throwing
That's
bombs
because
all over the.
She
all over
doesn't
the...
even know what she's talking about.
Don't interrupt me when I'm talking to you. Don't interrupt me when I'm talking to you.
Okay, go.
We clear?
Yep.
I'm not asking your permission.
All right.
I'm telling you.
Okay.
Exactly.
So, are you on probation now?
Yes, I am.
Are you violating that probation?
No.
Is that true?
No, that's not true.
I think I'm doing good.
3 days missing? Don't
This
come
is
home
the
for
past.
3 days? Or
This
go-
is the past.
Past?
Okay?
2
I'm
weeks
trying-
ago.
2 weeks
Past.
ago. No.
That's the past? Two
Okay,
weeks
stop
ago.
yelling.
This is a month ago,
Stop
and you know
yelling.
what? I'm trying, okay?
Hey, wait a minute,
Stop
wait a
I
minute,
am
wait a
trying.
minute. Hey, wait a minute. Do not throw bombs on my stage or you're out of here.
I'm out of here?
That's right.
All right. Yeah. Okay.
And if you want to be out of here, you can go just where you came, because let me tell you something. I'm involved in this at this point, and I am a mandated
that.
reporter. And from what I understand, you are in violation of your probation. And we're either going to do something to fix that, or I'm calling your probation officer and telling them you're in violation of your reporter, because I'm required by law to do that.
So can I talk? Can I talk now?
You can talk if you can keep a civil
Okay.
tongue in your mouth, and
Okay.
if you can't,
All right.
then no.
So look, she thinks I'm doing drugs and I am hanging out with gangbangers and I'm doing just the worst, right?
Your manipulation of your little
I
goody
am talking.
two-shoes, you
No,
are sneakier
no,
than a magician.
I am talking,
You are
Dorothy.
sneakier than a magician.
No, let her go. Let her go.
I am
Yeah, you
talking.
are. Yeah,
Let her
you
go.
are.
Let her go.
No,
Go ahead. Let her
no.
talk. Let her talk.
So look, you just bring up the past about everything, right? So you're so negative. Like I try and show you, and it's never good enough.
Tanyadawn.
So you know what? What makes me want to try? What's
Why
going
am
to give
I-
me
what
that
do you mean I-
motivation?
Hold it.
What's going to give me that motivation to try?
And you know what? I don't want you to lose your son.
I'm
How
not gonna
about
lose
that?
my son.
Is that enough
How about
reason?
that? Okay.
Is that enough reason for me to do what I do?
Okay.
Yeah,
But
and
also,
go ask
look,
your mother because you know what?
Also,
I'm not
look,
your mother.
Dorothy, look, I'm doing.
If I were
I'm doing
your
this
mother-
without the child's father, okay?
I
It's
know
hard.
that.
I am 17
Tanyadawn,
years old,
history
and
repeats
sometimes
itself.
I
I
need
get
a
it.
break,
Hold on,
okay?
hold on.
Sometimes
One person
I
talk
need
at a
break.
time.
I get it.
I get it.
I get it,
Yeah,
Tanyadawn.
you get it, okay? But I never get a break, ever, ever. That's why sometimes
So
I
your
feel
break
trapped.
is-
Hold on.
your
Hold
break-
on.
no,
You're not
I'm
talking
not-
right now.
no, you're
you
not.
seriously are
Young
not
lady,
talking.
young lady,
Look,
you have some
sometimes
respect.
I need a
You hear
break,
me?
but I feel trapped. That's why sometimes I leave.
Your
okay?
break is not to leave for 3 days. Don't
You
let
tell
us
me you should have stayed.
leave
You
your-
should have had an abortion.
Yeah, you should have because the way you're
Okay.
doing your baby.
Coming
get
up,
why?
Dorothy says her niece isn't
Yeah,
supposed
the
to
way
be
you're
on
doing your
social
baby.
media, but saw videos of her violating her probation. I want to hear about that when we come back.
He's my child. He's my responsibility, and I get that. But sometimes I just can't handle it.
Well,
Like,
maybe
I
you
know
can't
it's
handle
wrong.
being a mother.
I can handle being a mother.
Socks on.
I'm still new to being a mom. I'm not perfect. It is hard because I don't have his dad around. It's just me and him. I hate it. I'm 17. I do think that I'm missing out on some things, but like it was my choice to have a kid, so I can't even I can't take it back. Sometimes I do need a break, and they won't give me that. All I do is just sit here, take care of my baby. I can't even go to like the park, and it makes me like feel trapped.
Well, Dorothy says that Tanyadawn has gone missing for days, skipping school, refusing to parent her 9-week-old son. She claims Denise is allowing Tanyadawn to spiral out of control. Now, what I want to say to the three of you collectively is this, and I want you to hear me out. And when I look at this situation taken as a whole, I see one of those identifiable constellation of factors that tells me this is headed for a very sharp cliff, because you have a chip on your shoulder attitude with very little insight into ownership and how you got where you got. You have a chip on your shoulder about what your sister's letting her get away with. You have a chip on your shoulder about being defensive about your daughter because you do feel ownership in it all. And I haven't heard one person look at me and say, Dr. Phil, what can we do to ensure that this 9-week-old baby has a chance at success in this life? Nobody has asked me anything. What you've done is gotten out here and yell and scream and not listened. And I've learned across time that that means we're headed for serious trouble if something doesn't happen to change it.
I agree.
And
What can we
I'm
do?
just curious if anybody is interested in changing it.
very
Now, you want to
interested.
say something? Go right ahead. You have
I
the
am
floor.
interested in changing it, but also I am a new mother. I am not perfect, and I'm still learning. And I'm young, and I'm doing it without the child's father. So I am still learning, and it's a lot harder because I'm a single parent. And I'm young. I'm
There's a
like,
million single parents.
okay,
We're all
look, no one's
Hold
talking
on.
to you,
I
Dorothy.
asked her a question. Let her
Seriously.
answer.
okay.
You can wait. Okay, so obviously, like, I want to, I love my child. I love him. Like, it's hard sometimes, but yeah, I will do anything for my child. I will do anything for him.
How do you, listen, I can't even imagine being 17 and having a baby. Seriously, it's got to be hard +2. I can't even imagine. What do you say to yourself when you go missing for 2 or 3 days?
Well,
Nothing.
no one's talking to you. Do you not get it?
Yeah.
He's letting me talk, not
Okay,
you.
yeah.
You can wait your turn.
Yeah. Go
But
ahead.
like you
I
said,
want to
you
hear
know, you
this.
can walk off the stage,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Go walk off the stage.
No, I'm
Is
not
it
going to
okay?
walk off the stage.
Let's hear it. Let
let's
her
hear it,
speak so we can
Tanyadawn.
hear what she's got to say, because I know things go
I
through her
do, like,
mind.
it
It goes
hurts.
through
Yeah,
mine.
It hurts,
can
and
just
that's okay.
sit there.
Look, shut
Yeah.
up. Shut up,
Shut up.
okay?
Tanyadawn,
Don't say
have
that
some
shit. Shut up.
respect.
Fuck.
See, this is what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Don't you get? Do you see why it pisses me off?
Okay, answer my question.
See why it pisses me
What
off?
do you do what do you say to yourself when you go missing for 2 or 3 days
Like,
at a
I
time?
know, like, that right there, it hurts me. I say to myself, like, why, like, you know, like, why am I doing this? Like, I know, like, it's bad for him. I know it's, like dysfunctional, you know? But, again, too, like, I get so worked up and so wound up that, like, I just storm out. I can't take it, you know? And it's better to, like, leave him there, like, instead of taking him with me. And I know he's safe, but I know I shouldn't have left him at all. I get that.
Why do you know he's safe?
Look, Dorothy, look. Oh, my God, do you not
Now,
get it?
what makes you feel entitled to these people raising your baby?
They're good with him. They're good.
What
And they're
makes
my
you think
family.
you're entitled to do that? They have
I'm
lives.
not,
They have
they're not
things to
entitled.
do.
I know. He's my child. He's my responsibility. And I get that. But sometimes I do need a break. And I know that's not the right way to take a break. I get that. But sometimes I just can't handle it. I get that, though.
Well,
Like,
maybe
I
you
know
can't
it's
handle
wrong.
being a mother.
I can handle being a mother.
Monday through Friday, she's to be home, and then through the week and going to school. She takes the child to school with her as part of her class, and they all love the baby there, and she does good like that. Okay, so I tell her over the weekend, if you need to go out with your friends, I'll take you to there. I know where you're at, who you're with. You'll get your break, you know? So
Yeah, but you know she's coming up to L.A. hanging out with gangbangers?
I'm telling her in
Yeah.
the future, this
Yeah,
is how
did you
we're
see
going
them?
to do it.
Did I see them?
This
No,
is
I
how
didn't,
we're gonna
but
do it.
everybody
Okay,
on social
stop
media has seen
talking.
it.
Okay.
Stop
Yeah.
talking.
My brother, they're just...
Stop
Hey,
talking. If she's
brother.
doing well, what about the truancy letters?
Yes.
The truancy letters.
Yeah, those.
The truancy letters. Maybe she'll get there late in the morning, and then that's half a class that she's missed.
So what are your grades?
They're like C's.
Gone down from.
They were A's and B's.
Yeah.
They were A's, B's, and
Well-
C's.
Well, coming
But,
up,
okay, but
Tanyadawn
after I
says
did have
she's
the
not
child-
doing anything illegal now, but her aunt doesn't believe her, and there are some pictures on Snapchat that call this into question. We'll be right back.
You're a gorgeous, blue-eyed blonde growing up in the hood. You
I
had to
get
fight
that.
your way through
Okay.
school. I get that, Tanyadawn.
Okay.
I took you out of the ghetto. Now I need to take the ghetto out of you.
Closed captioning provided by...
I've heard that there have been older men, 30, 40 years old, preying on her on social media. We have all heard the horror stories of pedophiles preying on children. She has a tendency to gravitate towards thugs and gangbangers, and these older men are preying on her for the wrong reasons. I don't want to sit back and wait for the bomb to go off.
Well, Dorothy says Tanyadawn is lying about where she is and whom she sees when she leaves the house. She says her niece is just one step away from ending up in jail for 4 years. Are you concerned about being put back in jail for 4 years?
I am, but I'm not going to be drinking. I'm like not smoking. I'm not using drugs. You want to test me right now? You can test me right now, and I'm going to be clean. Trust me. You can test me. If you don't trust me, you can test me. I asked her the other day when we were at the house. She was like, yeah, you're probably on drugs and da-da. I said, test me. She was like, okay, I don't have to then, because, you know, you're telling me.
Tanyadawn, it's not all about drugs, okay? It's
Drugs and drinking, okay, yes.
Drinking gets out.
Look, I'm not drinking,
You know what?
okay? I did,
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest. Yeah, I drank.
Okay.
Okay? Yeah,
so that's
I did.
It. So you are drinking.
No, the past, okay? The past.
Yeah, don't say
That's
everything
the
was
past.
before.
Look, I'm not
That's your
drinking.
little-
You want to test me? You can test. We can go backstage right now and test me.
Okay.
Okay, you keep talking about things being in the past.
Yeah.
Everything that's
I'm
not
trying-
happening
because I'm
currently
trying.
would be in the past.
Look, I'm
right.
trying. I'm like
Yeah,
trying
like
to change.
yesterday.
What happened
Yeah.
yesterday? What did I do?
I'm saying, Tanyadawn.
Nothing. I didn't do anything
Tanyadawn.
yesterday.
Okay,
I did.
well,
Come on.
I get it.
Come on.
girl.
There is love
You know,
in this family,
that
okay?
little pretty
This
little
is all
face.
because we love
What
you.
about the
Because I
pretty
love
face?
you,
I don't
okay?
even care about
that
my face.
innocence.
Nothing.
That
Okay.
innocence.
Not everything about her is bad.
I
You
know
what mean?
that, Denise.
And, you're hard to answer to sometimes.
I
You really
might be
are.
hard to answer
I don't know
to,
if it's
but-
you're
Okay,
mad because you don't
everybody
have your
stop
own,
talking.
or you don't
Everybody
have
stop
control
talking.
of mine anymore. I don't know what it is.
Everybody stop talking.
I'm so sorry. This is.
Okay, no, I just needed that for a second.
Okay.
All right.
Now, tell me what, without yelling
Okay,
and screaming
okay.
and all the antics, tell me what you think needs to happen for this situation to go in the right direction.
Okay. Now, I'm not a doctor, but from my sister needs to parent her child, not
Okay.
out of guilt.
Okay, that's one.
Okay.
Two.
My niece needs to her brain needs to be reprogrammed to think like all these dreams she has and what things she wants to do. Those can happen so easily. She's 17. She's gorgeous. But she needs to reprogram her thinking.
Okay, that's two.
She
What would
needs
be
to
third?
quit in criminal activity.
That would
Okay?
be good, yeah.
Quit the criminal activity, okay? She needs to be a mother, number one. Be there for her child.
Okay, all right, that's four things. Do you object or disagree with any of those four things?
The only thing I disagree about, the other thing, yeah, everything's good. But the only thing, I'm not doing criminal activity. Since I got out, I haven't been trying to fight no one. The only reason why I did fight that girl was because I had to. Not over a guy.
How many fights have you been in, Tanyadawn? How many fights have you
Okay,
been in?
hold on.
Since I got out of
Now,
jail-
nobody interrupted
look,
you
since
when
I-
I
All right,
asked you.
I apologize.
Since I
Okay.
got out of jail, have I fought anybody?
I don't know.
No.
No, I haven't, okay?
No, she
Okay.
No, I have not.
And you
I've been
know what?
staying away from people like
And
that.
I'm not mad at you for doing what you've had to do. You've grown up in the hood. You're a gorgeous, blue-eyed blonde growing up in the hood. You've
I
had to
get
fight
that.
your way through
Okay.
school. I get that, Tanyadawn. I
Okay,
want to take
yes.
that away from you.
Trying
I
to
don't
get
want
the
you
hood
to
out of
have to
you.
go through that anymore. I took you out of the ghetto. Now I need to take the ghetto out of you, okay? Seriously, that's what it's
Okay.
about. And
Well, you know
you
what?
need to start being her
reunited.
mother.
We
You
reunited.
need
I am her mother.
She needs
I've
to
been
Hold
start.
on, hold on.
I
I've
don't
been there
want
for her
to
on
argue
day
like this,
one.
Hold on.
but
You haven't had a
Okay.
child
No,
in
I've had
on
a
day.
Denise.
Look, he didn't
You
ask
don't
you
know what
guys
it's like.
anything.
You don't know what it's like.
Okay?
You don't know what I
You
go
can be
through.
quiet
Okay,
too,
okay, okay.
Both
All right,
of you guys
go
can be
ahead.
Quit
quiet.
enabling
Okay,
her.
stop.
You can
I don't
Stop,
enable
stop,
her.
stop,
I don't
stop.
enable.
Stop. I'm going to put a muzzle on all three of you.
Excuse me,
Her
the
probation officer,
enabler
and
would
you
like
wouldn't
to
do it.
say something,
Okay.
Dorothy. Can you back
Go
up
ahead.
for a minute? Maybe I am an enabler. Maybe because I love her so
Yeah.
much that when I do finally pick her up, I'm just happy she's alive.
Closed captioning provided by
There's a history of addiction in my family. I'm a recovering addict. I've been down this road.
I was involved in drugs at a very young age. I do see that Tanyadawn is headed down that path.
You start off smoking weed, drinking beers, which is exactly where she's at right now. I don't want her to throw her future away, and I don't want her to end up incarcerated for half of her life.
Tell me, Mom,
Yes.
what's going on therapeutically in this family dynamic to create a new vector in a positive direction? What's happening that, we've got momentum that's been in a direction that has created chaos and vulnerability to even spending years in jail. What's happening to contain that and create a vector in a new direction? Is there therapy going on? What's happening?
There is not therapy, but there's therapy available through
well, that's good.
through teen outreach. And,
So you park next to the hospital, you get better?
Yeah.
right. Yeah. Well, there is therapy that we could go to that we have gone through in the past, and it has helped. We've gone through decision
So
making.
you're not doing it, but it's available?
No, we have. So now,
My mom had.
But not now?
well, right now she just had the baby, and we are signed up for her to do classes together, family counseling.
That's her answer for everything.
Dorothy, excuse me, this is something I took on and I'm willing to do, and I've done this in the past with her.
Okay,
It's
okay.
decision making that we've done,
Okay.
and it does work.
We've done it before.
And it does work, you know,
Okay.
it helps her.
Yeah.
You don't have kids, Dorothy,
I
so
know,
you don't even know. You don't put the footwork in it. Maybe
Okay.
I am an enabler. Maybe because I love her so
Yeah.
much that when I do finally pick her up, I'm just happy she's alive.
You know,
because I don't know where she's been.
I have
you
another
know?
sister that's here that
Oh,
This
God, don't add
fucking-
another one.
Yeah,
Don't
I
add
know.
another one.
No.
Don't add another one. Yeah.
Where's she at?
Where's she at?
That's good.
Where is she at? Because she is a whole different show on the side. You don't get her involved. Because she'll, this one will go pull her wig right off
Yeah.
in the audience, and I swear she will.
Okay, so nothing's right
Well,
now.
I'm trying, doing counseling with her. We have that coming up, and I want to do that. And I've been on her. I tell her, you know, like one morning I was a little mouthy around the baby, and then she kind of noticed that and got up and said, oh, my God, don't do that. Well, you know what? No one's going to parent your kid better than you. Maybe you need to hear me yell, because when you're not here, stuff goes on like that. Not with us in general, I'm just saying. That's why people, they're not going to treat your kid better than you treat them. So she got up out of bed, and she came in, oh, my God, don't, you know, well, then you should be here. This is your child, you know? So
Are you on probation or parole?
Probation.
And there are conditions of your probation.
right.
Yes.
Being
And-
out past curfew,
And you're violating those.
she has. Yes, she has been
And
violating.
y'all are covering for her.
I'm not
No.
covering for her.
You know what?
I'm
I
not
cover
covering
to
for
her
her.
is
She
to a
is.
point
She covers
because,
for her,
like,
not
if I
me.
don't know where she's at, now I'm like one step from calling in her PO.
One
because,
step.
Well, I have
Okay.
to, because if I don't,
tried
if
for a
some-
whole week
excuse me,
for
I'm
you to get
talking.
you to call
Excuse me,
for probation
the
officer,
enabler
and
would
you
like
wouldn't
to
do it.
say something,
Okay.
Dorothy. Can you back
Go
off
ahead.
for a minute?
Go
I mean,
ahead.
at the end of the day, we love each other. Can you
I
back
know.
off for a minute?
Okay, all right, go ahead.
I get to the point
one
to where
interrupts you,
I have to
okay?
call in. If something was to happen to her, I wouldn't be able to live with myself. So I know all that
know, but-
Snapchat and everything goes on. I tell her friends, you need to put it out there right now. If she's not home by tonight, she doesn't call me like within right now. I'm calling in, and I have called in. I've had to report her, and I've done it, and I will because I'm, you know,
I called Dr.
she's
Phil.
out of control.
I called you,
She's
Dr.
out of
Phil,
control.
instead
We
of
need
calling.
help. We need help for my grandson because her actions. She can't control her actions right now, and I need to step in, and I'm trying to help
This
her.
is a 40-year dysfunction,
Look,
Dr. Phil.
so-
40 years.
Nobody's
They're
perfect.
Hey,
Go ahead.
I know.
Tanyadawn?
Okay, you know, can you not interrupt me? You think you're gonna be able to do that? Like,
Okay,
not
just
interrupt
tell me what
please?
you want to
Bring
say.
it.
Okay, so look, in her past, she's done a bunch of crazy things. In her past, she's done a bunch of crazy things. My whole family, they're just, you know, like, it's dysfunctional, and that's all they know. And I've tried, like, breaking that cycle, but it's like all I freaking know too, because I live on that. I live on that every day. I wake up to that every freaking day.
No, I get that's an uphill battle if it's all you learn what you live. Tanyadawn says that she has big dreams about her future. We're going to ask her about what they are when we come back.
I have dreams of becoming a therapist for human trafficking victims, and I have another dream to become a model. I think I'm on the right path. My mom and my aunt, they're never just gonna forget the past. My mom says she supports my dreams, but her actions never show that.
Well, Dorothy says she's not sure if Tanyadawn can ever let go of her street life. You know, and Tanyadawn was just saying, you know, I've grown up with this dysfunction, and so it's what you learn. I mean, children do learn what they live. What plan do you have, if at all, to change what the future holds? Because days turn into weeks, weeks turn into months, months turn into years, and you look back and you go, wow,
Yeah.
my life has been spent a way I didn't want it to be spent. And I'm just curious if anybody has a plan.
And my plan is call Dr. Phil. Seriously, that's my plan. I'm not kidding. that is my plan. Because I watch your show every day, Dr. Phil, and like I have to work on myself, and you need to work on her. Like, that's my plan. Seriously.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you did call,
Yeah, thank you.
actually. I think.
Yes, you are.
And, you know, Tanyadawn, you've got one path that is a high school diploma and college and buying a house and getting a job of your dreams. You know, that's one thing that you've worked out. The path you're on includes bad grades, drugs, alcohol, homelessness, arrest, and death. And these are very different paths, but you really can do either one, but you can't do it alone. You really do have to have some help. What do you want to say?
So I would love to, like be above instead of under. And I just need some support. My whole life, people have promised me things, but they've never like followed through with it. So like maybe my family, like my mom, I'm not trying to put her on the spot, but maybe she needs to work on those things too.
Oh. No, you're right. No, you're exactly right.
Threw me under the bus.
I'm sorry, but
No, that's okay. I get it. I'm just here.
You've promised me things too all my life, and you never followed through with it.
Okay.
There's no saying in Texas, you got to rise above your raising. You know, if you've been raised a certain way, you got to rise above it sometimes.
Yeah. And I do want to break the cycle.
Frankly, some of this is out of your control. And I'm going to tell you why, and I'm going to tell you what I think needs to happen in this situation, because there's one thing that after 45 years in this profession, I've come to believe. And it is, I think, the key to success in life. And I'm going to tell you what it is after the break. Closed captioning provided by... I said I was going to tell you that there's one thing that I have come to learn as being a key to success in life, and that is you have to decide that you are going to star in your own life. You're going to star in your own life. I don't care if you're a plumber's helper or you're a model on the runway or you're a teacher or a doctor or a butcher or a baker or a candlestick maker. You've got to find a way to star in your own life. This is Michelle right here. Michelle is from Turnabout Ranch, and Turnabout Ranch is, I think, if there are programs in this country that I have seen work what I call absolute miracles, it would be Turnabout Ranch. It is a real working ranch where real values are taught, such as accountability and being able to trust yourself and create values. And I came here in hopes that I would make this experience available to Tanyadawn. And I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do it because I could send her off with Michelle, and Michelle would work more than wonders with her and her staff and this wonderful environment. And she would work wonders because this girl right here is smart, and she would clear her head and she would find out what really matters, and she would come back bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, and ready to redefine her life, and the two of you would screw up in a week. Now, what I am willing to do is I am willing to get a hand-picked family therapist that will come in and create a paradigm for this family that everybody has a role in and that you will be intensively involved in while she would be gone and hitting the reset button. And if you participate actively in that for a period of even a month, intensively, I mean really, no kidding, bear down and work, then I would make that resource available to you. But you know they'll blow it up, right?
Yeah, we've experienced it over and over. And I think I heard the same thing, that there is some insight that she has and a hope that she can do something better with her life. But from everyone else, everybody, I've just heard excuses.
We'll get the therapist. Anthony Haskins, stand up. You're going to talk to Anthony Haskins. He's our resource director, has been for 15 years. He will handpick and put this together. And I want this started immediately, if not sooner. I want it intense. I want it for 30 days. And if the report comes back that people are playing the game, they're involved, they're leaning into it, doesn't have to be all cured, but they're leaning into it, then we will call on these people with their generous hearts to touch her life in a way that will last. Does that make sense? Okay. I want to thank all of my guests today, and a special thanks to Michelle from Turnabout Ranch for coming and offering this help for Tanyadawn. We'll see you next time.